Join me as I dive deep into what truly motivates me and see if I can uncover my hidden sources of inspiration. What drives you to get out of bed every morning? What pushes you to pursue your dreams and goals, no matter how tough the journey gets? For me, motivation has always been a fascinating topic. It's that spark within us that turns ideas into actions and makes progress possible. Without motivation, even the best-laid plans can gather dust. Staying motivated isn't always easy, though. We've all been there, faced with setbacks, distractions, or just a plain lack of energy. I mean, think about it. You start the week with a clear plan and a ton of enthusiasm, but by Wednesday, you're already struggling to keep up. It's like your goals and tasks seem to be shifting constantly, and it's hard to keep your focus. And then there are those days when you just feel lost, unsure of what you're working towards or why. It's funny because sometimes the things that distract us are actually really small. A social media notification here, a chat with a colleague there, it all adds up, and before you know it, hours have passed and you've achieved nothing. And let's not forget about self-doubt. When you're not clear on your goals, it's easy to question whether you're on the right path. All these little things can slowly drain your motivation, making it harder to get back on track. But here's the thing, understanding what motivates you can be a total game changer. There are basically two types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. It's about doing something because it genuinely makes you happy or fulfilled. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is driven by external factors like rewards, recognition, or even pressure from others. For example, imagine you're a writer. If you're only writing because you want to get published and get paid, that's extrinsic motivation. But if you're writing because you love telling stories and exploring new ideas, that's intrinsic motivation. Of course, most of the time, it's a mix of both. But when you're driven by something you truly care about, it's much easier to stay motivated. So, how can you cultivate lasting motivation? First, you've got to set clear, achievable goals. It's about finding that sweet spot where your goals are challenging enough to be engaging, but not so hard that they feel impossible. Then, break them down into smaller tasks. This makes it easier to track your progress and celebrate small wins, which can be super motivating. Another tip is to find your why, your core reason for pursuing a goal. When you connect with your deeper purpose, you're more likely to stay motivated, even on tough days. And don't underestimate the power of community. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who understand your goals can provide a huge motivation boost. Lastly, be kind to yourself. It's okay to have off days. Instead of beating yourself up over them, just acknowledge the setback and gently get back on track. To recap, motivation is a personal and ongoing process. It's about understanding what drives you, whether that's intrinsic or extrinsic, and finding ways to keep that spark alive. By setting clear goals, finding your why, and being kind to yourself, you can cultivate motivation that lasts. So, what motivates you? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you're looking for more inspiring content, be sure to check out my other video on overcoming procrastination. I think you'll find it really helpful.